So today I just want to talk about something because the NBA season is coming up soon, and I just thought that I've seen some discussions online about a certain team and a certain guy, and that team is this team, the Atlanta Hawks, and the guy is Trae Young. And the expectations around this Hawks team is that since the Eastern Conference is pretty weak, that Trae Young is going to be able to lead them to like a top four seed or some great team. And I get that the roster around them is pretty good. Around him is pretty good. Porzingis is a good player when he's healthy. That's an issue that we'll touch upon, his health. Obviously, they signed Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Luke Kennard to the team. Those are good players, don't get me wrong. These are guys that are good NBA players. And Onyeka Okongwu is a good NBA player. There's a lot of good players on this roster. And Trae Young himself is not a bad player. He's actually a good player. He's an all-star. He produces at a high level. So let's talk about the production. This is what I want to talk about. The main point that I'm trying to get here is Trae Young is not a winning player. This is not a guy that will ever produce high-level winning basketball for a team as the number one option, maybe not even the number two option. So if we could see here, looking at basic statistics, Trae Young is supposed to be renowned as like this incredible great shooter, right? If you look at his shooting from year to year, he's had only about 2 seasons, maybe 2.5 seasons, where he's been an average three-point shooter or better. So if we see here, he has a season with 38%, 37%, and 36%. And I do understand, of course, the difficulty of the levels of threes he's taking, whether they're very deep threes or very, threes that are of high level of difficulty, fading away, whatever. The point is that if you're taking these difficult shots and you're not making them at a high enough rate, stop taking those shots. Last year, 34%. The year before that, 37%. Okay, good. But there's a year with 33, 34, 30. His rookie year, we won't really criticize him for. But overall, even if we were to say these statistical percentages are not that bad and, accounting to his difficulty, look at his field goal percentage in the regular season, his three-point percentage in the regular season. And keep in mind that he turns the ball over almost 5 times a game last season. And each season before that, he's turning the ball over at least 4 times a night in the regular season. And not even accounting the fact that he's a very poor defender. If we look at his postseason numbers in the 3 years that he's been in the playoffs, look at how drastic these numbers drop. In 2022, he shoots 31% from the field overall and 18% from three on 7.5 attempts a game. You know how poor it is to shoot 18% from three in a playoff series. Mind you, this is only one series, but he's turning the ball over 6 times a night. He's actually turning it over more than he's getting assists per game in this playoff series. And overall, his turnover is still at 4 turnovers a game from the regular season to the postseason. I understand, maybe that's just the player he is, but that proves my point. He's not a player that is producing winning basketball for you. This is not a guy that you can count on to be a top option. He's not even breaking 42% from the field in the postseason. Look at these numbers in 2021 in the Eastern Conference Finals run. 41% from the field, 31% from three. And like I said, he's a very negative defender. Like, he has gotten better at defense, don't get me wrong. He's not like the worst defender in the league anymore, but this is not a guy that is a good defender in any stretch of the imagination. Just a couple years ago, last time they were in the playoffs, very poor splits. Like, the free throw percentage is fine, but I believe even the free throw percentage is dropping in the postseason at times, like 78%. One of these, the other 2 years, the free throw percentage is fine, but this guy's turning the ball over a lot. His usage rate is very high. He's not efficient with his shooting whatsoever. Not even taking into account the fact that he's 6'2", which definitely hurts a lot as well. This guy just overall, don't expect the Hawks to do anything of any significance is all I'm trying to tell you. Because for Trae Young to be your number one option, your team's not going to be very good. Even if the Hawks are going to most likely make the playoffs, most likely be a top 6 seed, that could also fall apart if Porzingis gets hurt. Because let's just talk about Porzingis really quick. I know this video is supposed to be focused on Trae Young, but if we just take a second to talk about him, where is he? There he is. The Kristaps Porzingis is a guy who, if we look at his games played over the course of his career, he has one season where he played 70 games or more, and that was in the beginning of his career. Last year, 42 games. Before that, 57. 65 in 2023 is all right. But there's still not a lot of games played. Before that was 51 total, 43, 50. You get the idea here. And then in the playoffs, he'll miss games or he'll not be as good as he's meant to be. Look at this. 29% from the three in 2021, 34% from three in 2024, and 2025 shot 15% from three. Obviously, he was dealing with the illness or whatever, but that just proves to the point that Porzingis is not necessarily a reliable player that you want on a team that's really trying to compete and has to rely on you almost every night. So don't expect the Hawks to be anything other than maybe just a nice regular season team that is able to do, nice things and make the playoffs. I see them making the playoffs. I'd say the best player statistically on the Hawks in the future will probably be this guy, Jalen Johnson, who just came off a year where he didn't play a lot of games, but 19 points per game, 10 rebounds a night, and about 5 assists per game, and a block and a steal and a half. So this guy's probably going to end up being the best player on this team. So don't be surprised if people prefer him over Trae Young. Other than that, the roster is pretty solid. Zachary should say is pretty good. And like I mentioned, some of the guys before, like Dyson Daniels is a great player. But yeah, like I'm trying to say, I don't want to slander too much on Trae Young, but let's just take another quick look at his postseason success. If we look at his postseason success from 2021 in the playoffs, he has, games where he's shooting 4 for 17, game where he's taking 16 shots, only making 6 of them. 1 for 8 from 3 in that game. Like, this guy, he might score a lot of points, but he's not efficient with it. Look at these numbers from the Philadelphia series, 5 for 23. Game where he's taking 30 shots to score 34 points. 8 for 26 games, 6 for 16. Even in the series against us, my Knicks, if you don't know, I'm a Knicks fan, 10 for 28, 9 for 21, 8 for 19. I understand that he's short. I understand that the shorter you are, the harder it is for your efficiency to be good. And efficiency does drop from regular season to playoffs. But at the end of the day, that's what basketball is. Players' efficiency matters. How they get things done matters. If we look at 2023, his postseason, I don't want to go too long, but look at this, 9 for 28, 5 for 18, 40% on the series. He's just not a guy that is really going to take you to any long distance, and that's all I wanted to make a point. I'm not like the biggest Trae Young hater in the world. I mean, I don't necessarily like him, but I've been seeing some conversations about the Hawks being like a dark horse, like a Eastern Conference contender. That's just not happening, bro. So, take that into account. Whenever you're thinking about this upcoming season. I've been gone for a while, so I'll be making more videos soon, but I don't know. I just thought that I'd get this out the way, and I'll be back soon with other stuff. So thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, share this if you want to share it with anyone, whoever's interested in the NBA. Thank you.